Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, coming with another wonderful episode of Dropping Jewels / Specials. We're just hanging out. I am in the Wizard's Tower. Now, I ain't by myself. Nah, I am joined by the cinematic sorcerer himself. Solar Greye, what's up?
Hey, man. Thanks for coming down to the tower. Seriously. This is, yeah?
Oh, man.
Yeah, thank you for, seriously, thanks for coming down, man. Last time we met up at my mom's place, and now,
Now we're here. Yeah. Now we're in the tower. It's all good.
In the tower. You see where this magic happens.
Yes. So, guys, glad you tuned in. Like you said, like you see below, the title says American Gods. We're talking Shadow Moon. Just before we even get started, all right, this is a conversation between myself and the cinematic sorcerer. We just chilling, chopping up, having a good time. This is not formal in any way, shape, or form. All right, so you can put the formal away. All right, take off your bow tie. All right, take off your dresses. Just put on some sweatpants. All right, chill. Some Cheetos, and we're gonna kick it. Matter of fact, we should have had some chips. We should have brought some. But anyway, next time.
Oh, you want a snack? I can have some snacks brought in.
Have some snacks brought in.
Yeah.
Really?
Seriously.
You know what? Look, we gonna bring in some snacks. I don't know. No matter what, just bring some snacks. But we gonna get started on talking about Shadow Moon because we talked Anansi last week.
Yeah.
And we're coming to the close of season 2.
Okay.
And
yeah, we did.
Anansi was killing it. He's been crushing it.
Still is my queen.
Yes, still killing it. But
I mean, was it just me, or did you hear your dad when he was walking down the hallway talking about them shoes?
Yo, that joke was funny. Yo, that man, I'm counting to 7. I'm starting at 4. That was hilarious. Oh boy.
Yeah.
But that
was where I lost it right there. Seriously, though. I am counting to 7, and I am starting at 4. And I'm like, woo.
It's like, man,
somebody was hanging out with my parents.
Yeah, he ain't playing.
Nope.
But I want to talk Shadow because this season is much different than last season. Shadow seems to be in a different place.
Ooh. Yeah. Well,
last season things was just happening to him.
Yeah, and he was a lot less proactive. He was being dragged along by the story, and now
and by Odin.
Yeah, just dragged along. It's just one thing after another, and now he's making more decisions. Yeah,
definitely. Especially to the point where I think he's getting fed up. I think he's been dragged along enough. I think he's had enough. And I think now is a time where he's like, look, all right, I need to know something.
Well,
all right, you need to tell me what's going on.
There are two things on that. Because if you think back to the last episode, he made it very clear with the ghost, with Anansi, with Ibis, with Bilquis, and with Odin, everybody seems to know something about Shadow that nobody's telling him.
Yeah.
It's
like everybody knows what's going on.
Right. So that now that glorious scene in the mall.
Yeah.
I'm just going, no, don't take him off. Don't take him. No. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one.
It's, after, because he's gone to bat for, all right, let's look in season 1. Season 1, they get picked up by the cops outside the motel.
Yep.
And he could have snitched, but he knows that snitches get stitches.
And Odin's glorious scheme of the broken ATM machine.
Oh, so there was a lot of, a lot of trust that he gave over to Odin. And even in this season, he's been, they had the shootout at, not really shootout, it was just one, the sniper. The sniper, it wasn't a shootout, like the shootout of the OK God's Corral. but someone got shot. Shadow runs out. You ain't see old boy with the hammer.
Chertabog?
Yep. You ain't see him running nowhere. You saw him ducking like a straight up bitch. But I ain't gonna say. It's a family show.
Yeah, you were terrible.
But I'm just saying.
You are terrible.
You saw him
you
ducking.
You are correct.
You saw your boy ducking.
Yeah.
Shadow jumps into action. Goes over, beats up the sniper, and then gets sucked up by the dude that works for Nationwide or whatever.
True.
So, we know he's down for the squad.
Yeah, he is most definitely down on that. Looking at him against everybody else that was coming down on the whole thing. I mean, we got our boy standing through there, but talking with the buffalo.
Yeah.
Stabbed by the tree.
Uh-huh. He had to dig it all out, the little tree roots or whatever. It was nasty.
Yeah, that was actually, I didn't mind the whole digging out because, it's got to get out.
Well,
what
I
minded was the closeness of Odin. He's like all up on him going,
why you gotta be all up on me?
I'm like, you could pull it out by standing in front of me.
Yeah, you ain't gotta do all that. Why you gotta be all back up?
I mean, don't get me wrong. If it was gonna be that kind of party, you could have let me know before.
Let me know before, and I can make an informed decision.
Exactly. That is exactly what I'm talking about.
Be like, look, this isn't the type of party I'm into. Back up a taste. Back up.
Yeah. But outside of that, I mean, we got Shadow coming through, and
I see you. I see you flexing.
Yeah.
I see you flexing.
And the man who I will never look like that isn't Luke Cage. But season 1, he was being dragged along. He didn't know if he believed. He didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But by the time the Easter festival came in, and he met Easter and Jesus. And Jesus.
Yep.
And Jesus. And Jesus.
And another Jesus.
Yeah. And
some more Jesuses.
Yeah. And it turned out Jesus was a cool guy.
Yeah. Jesus was just chilling. He ain't really hurt nobody.
So now he knows that the gods are real.
Yeah.
But he won't worship because he's like, well, what have you done for me lately?
True.
So far, I've been stabbed, dragged across the country, put in jail. My life's dead. So you want worship? Like, what do I get out of it except for this trouble?
And speaking of getting out of it, Odin even makes a statement to Mr. World in season 1, talking about like our worshipers got something out of their worship. So it's like, what is Shadow getting? Shadow, he's been holding you down. He not snitching. Somebody shoot. He run out, beat him down. He gets tortured for you. Still don't say nothing.
Right.
Like, when, and that's why after the whole train thing, he was like, look, you need to tell me something or I'm leaving. Straight up. I'm not playing no more. I'm not playing no games. And then Odin was like, look, if you feel good in the morning.
Watching that Cadillac that got hit by the train come back absolutely clean. It was like, all right, cool. Wait a second.
Had an amazing detail job.
Right? I don't know. It looked good. It was a good looking Cadillac.
Odin has a good shop. He knows a guy.
Yeah,
he knows a guy that knows a guy.
And speaking of knowing the guy, that was the whole thing of that whole mall scene,
Yeah.
And Shadow in that mall scene, like, he's like, all right, I'm back to running a regular con. I know this.
Yeah, I can do this. Like, and it's funny because it's one of those kind of double take cons where if you stood back from it for like a couple seconds, it was like, how did you get here? How did you know exactly where? How did but you don't get to ask questions because, they come in, they got the officers, and where did they get the extra officers from? I guess he just ran in there. He was like, look, I'm a federal agent. I need y'all help. And they're like, look, we're just podunk, security guards. All right.
Or the mall's kind of dead. You're on minimum wage. How would you like to make a quick $300?
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I come from that background.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm just saying.
No, again,
I'm just saying.
Not saying that we would. I'm just saying. I know a lot of kids in the neighborhood that ended up having $100, $200, $300.
Yeah.
On Wednesday that they didn't have on Tuesday.
Yep. And it seemed like they didn't have a job at the same time.
Right.
So. But having him cuffed, I really thought that was a dope scene.
True.
And also having them in the mirrors, I thought that was cool too.
You caught that.
Yeah, I love that scene. There's so much in the cinematography here that's crazy.
Yeah, well, honestly, the people behind the scenes.
Yeah, definitely.
Specifically the makeup and the lighting people in this show.
Killing it.
They are top notch. We are talking excellence in craft.
Yeah.
Because, seriously, like, just looking at this cast, like I said, I look over at Bilquis and I finally found my Storm.
Yeah.
I could see her with Chad With Boseman.
She has a look that can go toe to toe with anyone else on on that screen. She's captivating. She's got the presence and the charisma. Please cast her as Storm. Please.
Now, as far as Shadow goes, though, as far as our boy.
Yeah.
Okay, our boy.
He's the guy we're following through.
Yeah.
He's our analog, sort of. Yeah. You don't know nothing, we don't know nothing.
Right. Now, looking back at his past, okay, that was really informative. That was really, really informative to his character overall. The fact that he's not from the United States. And then once he got here, he got stuck.
Yeah,
that's a big thing because his mom died.
Because it wasn't planned for his mother to die.
No,
like they weren't thinking she was going to die. Yeah,
they were on a world tour. He didn't know his dad, but we know he mulatto. I mean, we know that.
Yeah, we know. You know that. Well, I don't know. There are some light skinned people whose both parents are black. You know what I'm saying?
It's one thing to say black like me.
Yeah,
black like you. All right,
yes. But he does have an Albie Shore. At least the young version has some Albie Shore going on because he had that hair, that frilly hair on the top.
Well, all right. Here's the thing: Yo Mama cannot be this dark. Dark right here, and you come out looking like Drake.
Oh man,
you can't do that.
Yeah, your dad. It might be a good look, unless it's one of those situations, and this is rare, where you come out looking like Granddad or something like that, or but it is rare. That's rare. That's rare. It's very rare. Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, so it's really anybody who got black in their family. No, Shadow is definitely not 100% of sub-Saharan African descent. So it's like, all right, do you know who your daddy is? Number one.
Nope, we don't know.
Two,
he I don't know. Yeah. I don't know who he is.
And number two, he's already been around the world.
Yep.
So it was like he got stuck in America. So as a character, he isn't American. He's not African American. So technically he's not black. But he much like these gods, didn't start here, are stuck here. And needs to find his own place. And I think that's one of the reasons that Wednesday was drawn to him.
Good point. And even when even when Anansi made a comment about him being like his brother or something like that, and he said, I'll take that as a compliment. And he thought it was the diss.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I'm talking about when you said
when you're comparing me to a member of your family.
Yeah. And then Anansi was like, all right, I see you. I see you playing. I see you.
Yeah, because again, you remind me of one of my sons. I don't like my sons. You know what? That's a compliment, sir.
Like,
why? Because you're saying that I'm good enough to be related to you.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm mad. You just complimented me, but you know what? Just get out of my sight.
You know who else did that recently is Carol Danvers in the Avengers.
Yeah, she did.
That whole where you been? Oh, I've been out there. There's a whole lot of planets out
there.
Cause
she could have like hit him back with the disc.
And then, but a lot of planets out there, and none of them got you guys. So I've been kind of holding it down out there myself.
And he was like,
yeah, with that. All right, I know you just dissed me, but you did so smooth that if I call you out on it, I'm the jerk.
Yeah, it's like, I feel bad, so I guess I won't say anything.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
But I like where he's at now because looking at his childhood, it gives us a chance to say, all right, well, where do we think he's going to go? Who is his father? Because I remember when they showed the guy who met him at the hospital and gave him the coin, I was like, that's definitely his dad. We all know it's his dad. I know it's his dad. You know it's his dad. We all know it's dad. But I played that clip back like 6 times to hear if it was like Odin's voice. And I was like, that ain't Odin's voice. But then someone did say it could still be Odin because, of course, if it's, like I don't know, say 10, 15 years ago, then his voice would sound different.
All right,
that's speculation time.
I know right now that we're talking about this stuff as we're watching. As we're watching.
And see, you've read the book. I haven't.
It's not a matter of I've read the book.
Mm-hmm.
You and I have. Well, I'm challenging you right now.
Okay.
To invoke the nerd in your soul. At the end of the day, we are talking about Neil Gaiman. You know, his writing of Sandman, his writing of Vampire Hunter D, Stardust, Neverwhere.
Okay.
You know, all that stuff. Coraline.
It's not going to be that easy.
Exactly.
It's not going to be that easy.
Who his father isn't as important as why his father wasn't there. The who and the whys. Yeah, you see, again, this is Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, because this
is that dude. This is, you know,
all right,
knowing all that stuff. Yeah, so it's not a matter of who his daddy is, okay? Because let's face it, all the signs point to Old Man Wednesday. All signs point to Ian McShane. The question
every
is,
single sign.
Yeah, so the question isn't who's your daddy. It's what does he want? Why you calling now?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like, look, we've been hanging around all this time. And now all of a sudden you want me.
Right.
You know, back then, didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Y'all on me.
Well, I mean, it ain't even, I mean, literally.
Well, he
shows up when Shadow had absolutely nothing left to lose. He lost the job. He lost his wife. He just got out.
But how did he lose the job and lose his wife?
Oh no, that ain't important. We don't want to talk about that.
Oh, you don't want to ask that?
No.
Don't ask that.
Yeah, no. We don't need to talk about that. We don't.
Don't ask no questions.
Yeah. Now I'm not gonna lie. I watched a Kevin Hart stand up thing a little earlier today. On Netflix.
That joint had me. All right. I'm always a sucker for family stuff. True. And you know, especially when talking about the newborn, and I got a newborn. Well, he's one now, but you know, he's still young enough where you know the don't stop.
I really hope he's not like
stop.
Great Baby.
That's Great Baby is hilarious.
But my thing with that though is it's the old '70s black dude. So that's what I'm making my way toward. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What I mean? Yeah, just give it up. Yeah. You know. So I'm trying not to be that because I the other part.
You should do that. No. You should do that.
In time. You know, just like you said with his last special. No, Max, you know I go up one side of y'all, up and down the other. You know what I mean? You know? But
oh boy.
But no, the serious thing on that is growing up, and you know where I grew up. You went to my ancestral home. I got my butt kicked in the same way Shadow did for the same reasons. That whole he talked like a white person, blah 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 blah. And when it came to Shadow growing up, questioning that stuff, having a great mama, great love.
Yeah.
Seriously, that is one of the most loving mothers I have seen since the animation of Prince of Egypt. You know, and the big question is like, okay, she died. He pretty much lost hope in everything for a foreign land.
Yeah.
And then he learned all this conning, you know, all of the grifters things.
Yeah.
And then he hooks up with Laura. Because let's face it, nobody likes Laura Moon. Nobody likes her.
Man, I'm still, okay. All right.
Be honest.
This is no diss to the actress that plays Laura Moon. Before I get started, anyone who loves that actress, I think she's doing a very good job. All I'm saying is, someone who looks like Shadow.
You know, whatever you say before "but" doesn't count, right?
I'm not using "but." I'm using as a conjunction, not as a nullifier.
Okay. However,
a guy that looks like Shadow Moon has options. There is no way. Man,
you know anyone can't help who you fall in love with. All right, you just
okay. All right, I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm imagining. All right, he's in New York City. All right, you know who else is from New York City, or at least was living in there? Guess what? Women that look like J-Lo, Rosie Perez, Rosario Dawson.
You're absolutely right.
So there is
you know
no
who else
way
lives in New York. Women who think like J-Lo, like Rosie Perez. You know what I mean? Because let's face it, this is the same thing as looking at these gorgeous women who end up with men like us, and people going, what is she thinking?
It's true.
She could do so much better. It's like, well, you know what? He's smart, he's funny, he loves me to death.
Because like, look at well, it's placed in the same city. Yeah. Let's say there's no way a woman like Misty Knight from Luke Cage is walking around New York, all right, looks at Shadow Moon and is like, oh, I ain't gonna say nothing to him.
Who does she get together with in the comic? Who's she dating? Say the words.
I ain't saying nothing. Name. I don't know.
Say the name or pull up the clip. Huh?
I don't know. I don't know who she dating. I have no idea.
You're serious?
I don't know.
You seriously don't know?
I don't know. I don't know nothing.
You don't know?
I don't know nothing.
You don't know that Misty Knight ends up with Danny Rand.
I don't know nothing.
You know, the failed Netflix, the show that was so bad on Netflix that 2 members of Game of Thrones got forgotten about for being on Game of Thrones. I'm just saying. So yeah, yeah, exactly. You know, and remember, who does Luke Cage end up with? Exactly. So, okay.
I'll let it slide. You know, I'll let it slide.
Sometimes art imitates life, bro.
I'll let it slide.
You know, in our community, a whole lot of good people end up with a whole lot of bad people anyway. I mean, let's be real. Let's keep it 100.
I guess I'll let it slide. But Laura Moon is just that girl is that girl is on some average stuff. she is on some average stuff.
Well, that don't mean I condone it.
Oh,
but I understand. That's all.
But it's even to the point now where I think, well, at least it seems like he's moving on or has moved on from Laura as well. He's becoming a little fed up. And I mean, like Anansi said, anger gets things done. Maybe he's ready to start getting things done. Maybe he's ready to step into the driver's seat. Maybe he's ready to make some moves.
Yeah, see, that's a really interesting point from where I'm coming from, because I'm right there with you, but I wouldn't use the term moving on. Okay. But I would say that he's getting over Laura. Like, a bigger thing has come up to where, like, he loved her, but now there's something bigger. Now he's thinking about something else.
Yeah, there's more things going on in his life than chasing behind her.
Yeah.
And even in season 1, she asked if he was still her puppy or something like that, and he said no. So he was already kind of, I mean, come on, man, look how you died. It's not like you died. It's not like you died.
She does have a mouthful of he does have a mouthful of reasons to start like distancing himself.
Yeah, it's not a situation where she died. She got I don't know, pneumonia. Yeah. And she died, or maybe she had cancer or a heart attack or a stroke. So it's something where it's like, oh man, I can't believe that happened to her. I'm so sorry to hear that. No, she died cheating. Yeah. All right?
That's true.
Now,
matter of fact,
somebody might say
cheating while he was locked up a week before he got out.
You couldn't hold it together. You couldn't hold it together for a week. You couldn't watch a couple of websites that give you free entertainment for a week.
Take a shower.
You couldn't take a shower.
Couldn't build a deck. Couldn't fix the bed.
Couldn't use a device.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, mow the lawn, plant a garden.
There's tons of things. A week? You couldn't hold it for a week?
Go to the gym?
It was probably one of those things. It's probably one of those things where it was like, yo, we've been cheating so long. My man about to come back. Let's get this one last cheat out real good. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this one last cheat out real good, and then we be done.
Yeah, we better get back to Shadow, because the viewers are actually starting to see a whole lot into our personalities. Because you're talking about like plausible patterns of cheating on your significant other, and I'm talking about plausible patterns of hiring goons, thugs, and criminals.
We're like, we're gonna call the police on these guys.
Yeah, well, if there was one more of us in this room, it would be a situation. But no, but seriously, I'm glad that's gonna be edited. But back to Shadow. Like Shadow Moon in this last episode. really did something that I appreciated, and that was stood up to Odin. Like, stood up to Wednesday. Yeah. Like, nah, this is how it's going to be right now. And Odin had to use a little bit of power. He had to use a little bit of the charm of the hex that he's got over Shadow.
Yeah.
But, just flashing back on the whole night, you remind me of my son. Wait, you had a son? All right, no. What happened to him? Matter of fact, if you are who you say you are, I've heard of your kid. Where he at?
Yeah, where? Why we can't see him?
Yeah.
And I will say
at this point in the TV show, if it's set modern, it's like he's had 3 movies. What's going on?
Yeah.
Technically 6, because the Avengers movies count.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, where? Because he even says, he's like, Thor? Like, you mean like the dude that, like the hammer guy?
Yeah.
Like, so that's your kid? Like, where he at? And then, when he talks about him being dead and blah, 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 you see I don't know if I should say softer side of Odin. I don't know.
Say wounded. Like, that was remorse. That was regret.
Yeah.
And that was the first time that Shadow actually saw Odin not 100% sure. He was just like, no, I got this. We ain't talking about my son.
Yeah, it's like we ain't talking about that. That's it. No more.
That's like, hey mom, so tell me, what was up with that thing Dad mentioned back in like 1974? We don't talk about that. Okay, I'm just gonna go mow a lawn.
Yeah, and especially when knowing that his son died lonely and completely depressed to the point where he had to take his own life.
Well, he
especially being as great as he was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's, that had to, and something that he set in motion.
Yeah.
So that it, it messes with him a little bit. I mean, he was singing a sad song all up on the stage by himself, like Tiny Tim, what I'm saying? Looking sad. Like, so, that there's a baby heart in there. I'm not saying there's a full heart. It's like a baby, like a little, little piece of a heart.
A father still loves his son. And, but this ain't about Odin. Yeah. This is about Shadow talking to Odin. Yeah. I'm glad that he didn't tell him. That whole there's some deaths that we can't come back from. And it's like, what kind are those? Oh, we ain't talking about that. And it was like, oh, well, I'm just gonna,
And then by the end, by the end of that episode, did he basically infer it or realize what it was?
No.
I can't remember.
No. It wasn't either one.
We just got to see it and, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Word.
Munin let us know, not Shadow. Shadow don't know what happened.
Shadow don't know nothing.
Yeah, Honestly, I'm expecting, I know you don't watch the show, but some of your viewers out there will know that I'm expecting a little redheaded girl to just pop on the scene, look over at Shadow and just keep telling him that he knows nothing. He just seriously. You know nothing, Shadow Moon. You know nothing.
Well,
so
I guess to when it comes to Shadow, what do you? All right, we got the finale coming up.
And you're asking where I'm thinking his character is going to go for the rest of the finale, or for the rest of the season, or for the rest of the show?
And the new season.
Oh, and the season coming up.
Past finale. We haven't seen the finale yet, but where do you see him going in season 3?
Okay, that's a tough one because, again, having read the book, I can't see this show going on past season 3, if not past season 4. Like, we're almost done. As far as I can tell, I think we're almost done with American Gods because it's only 700 pages. That's
you say only 700 pages, like that's not a lot.
Okay,
but yeah, I understand when it comes to a script of we've probably you're talking about an hour-long show. You're talking about approximately like 60 to 70 pages per episode. So
about that.
Around that. If you want to roughly kind of match it with like a script and a novel.
Right.
And we've had 8 episodes. So should be upwards of halfway, a little bit past halfway.
We're
by the finale that we have.
We're past halfway through the book, and I say that because again, I know you don't watch the show, and we talked about it, and they got to go over to my channel for that. But Game of Thrones, book 1 was 940 pages in the paperback, and that was season 1 of the show.
Dang. Okay.
All right, so if 941 pages of heraldry, 28 characters, world traveling was 10 episodes of a TV show.
Then we've had 16. Well, we're going to get 16 by the end of the season.
Now you're seeing where I'm going. Okay.
Yeah. So they stretching, they doing a lot of, well, and also when you set something in motion for an adaptation, it gets longer because you actually have to act these things out.
There's that, and there's also how long was the contract when Starz said, okay, we'll greenlight you, but we can only greenlight you for a 3-season show? We're going to greenlight you for a 5-season show?
So figuring out how to dice it up and spread it over.
Exactly. So there's a lot of politics behind that. But from a storytelling perspective, what I think is going to happen with Shadow next season is a major preparation for the war. Okay, that's going to be the big thing. And the way it's going to go, as far as I can see it, based on the last episode and the episode before that, when Shadow and Odin met with Money and Mr. World.
Yeah.
I think that Shadow, like, he doesn't really have love in his heart for Odin. But he hates Mr. World.
Yeah. Because Mr. World, because Technical Boy lynched him.
Exactly.
You lynched a black man, so our relationship is over.
Exactly.
There's nothing you can do. Yeah. I know they came back and tried to say, I'm sorry.
Oh,
no. You had old girl
coming back from that.
Yeah, you had old girl try to wear the Marilyn Monroe dress and try to be all cute and everything. Nah, bro.
She was cute, but not cute enough to make me forget. That one of your boys had me lynched. So it's we have nothing to. There's nothing. There's nothing that we can say. You've passed that point. Yeah. So season 1 was Shadow finding out what was going on. Season 2 was Shadow coming to terms with the fact that there are gods, but him letting them know that they have to earn their worship, not just from him, but from people.
Yeah.
So season 3, just according to narrative structure, should be him deciding whether or not they are starting to do enough. So that being said, he is going to have a lot more attitude with Wednesday, and there's going to be a lot more tell me what's going on or I quit.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot more of the there's going to be a lot more of him losing respect for the gods that he met and him trying to kind of squeeze what they know about him out of them. Because he knows very well, everybody knows what's going on.
He knows he's the only one that's not in on the joke.
Right.
And it's getting more and more frustrating. You can see, and I like how he's played this character that has slowly grown tired.
Mm-hmm.
And he's played it well. He's played it well to where at first he was kind of just, along for the ride and trying to figure out what's going on. And now it's a situation of, okay, I've earned your respect. I've done enough. What have you done for me?
Exactly.
Like you said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
why should I give you worship?
I haven't snitched. I went out. I fought for you. I protected you. I've done all this stuff. What else do you need? And for me, what I think we're going to get next season is someone who has to actually leave and step away from Mr. Wednesday to figure out what he really wants. Because, see, I see a Shadow in season 3 that's like, you know what? I don't need to be dragged along anymore.
Okay. You see him walking.
I want to walk, and I want to figure out where I'm going. So, Mr. Wednesday, no, you cool. Do your thing, because I'm gonna figure out what I want. Do I want to be with you? Do I want to be with Mr. World? Do I want to be with Laura? Do I want to be with, I don't know, Sweeney? Do I want to be with Anansi? Do I want to Ibis? Whoever. Or do I want to just leave and, I don't know, go back to New York?
Caribbean island?
Yes.
Do I want to eat some jerk chicken and go fishing?
That actually sounds like an amazing idea. It sounds like a great idea.
That's always been my solution to the zombie apocalypse. Like, we're going to get guns. I'm going to St. Thomas.
Man, I'm just going to chill. You know. I ain't coming back.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's gonna take the gods and the zombies a long time to get through all those currents.
Yeah, they ain't gonna get nah.
And that's so. Honestly, a retiring Shadow wouldn't be terrible. A retiring Shadow.
Like say if there's 8 episodes, say if he steps away to figure out what he wants to do for 2, maybe 3 at the most. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you only have 8 episodes, so you have to kind of like get to it. But maybe if he steps away for like 2 episodes and figures out like, what do I want?
Well, there's 2 of those episodes every season. We've already gotten 2.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
We got him running into the ghost that was lynched in Cairo.
Yeah.
And him meeting the Native American girl on the road.
SBC.
Yeah.
AKA Sam Black Crow.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So him meeting Sam Black Crow with him going, and
because she caught him in that con. And the funny thing is, I was watching that, and when he went to do it, I was like, "Come on, man!" It was like,
well, did you notice she didn't only stop the con, but she turned the con to get free gas for herself?
Yeah, I like that. I like. She was like, "Let me stop that," and then double down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very much the if the money from the con was being piped to it, she just kind of took the hose and
she was just like,
it right
put it over here.
So yeah, that was good. So yeah, we get those episodes every single season. The question is, what are we going to do with them now?
Yeah, I think this time we get someone who's very intent on what he wants. Not because like even these episodes were like I guess kind of like just still figuring out stuff instead of him actively trying to make a decision.
Yeah, that's true. So honestly, since we're moving into what seems to be the last 2 seasons, I think there's going to be a little bit of introspection, and then he's going to try and get proactive, and then Wednesday is going to screw him. That's what I think is going to happen.
Oh boy, I hope not. But it makes for good TV.
Oh, man. Well, it doesn't just make for good TV, but again, when I say Odin's going to screw him, that's going to be the screw, and then we get to find out what kind of a show we're dealing with. Does it end with him being screwed, end with him screwing Odin, or end with what I'm hoping for is a third option of anything else, anything besides those 2. And again, this is a Neil Gaiman story, so
yeah. Maybe they just play catch and call the war off.
And he admits to putting that tumor in his mom's head, and he pulls out his guns and he starts shooting them. And then there's Pac-Man versus the giant. Oh, sorry, wrong father-son team. I don't know.
Yeah. That was,
so
we'll let that slide.
Hey, just saying.
We'll let that slide.
You know, so.
Movie overall was still cool.
Hey, I rather enjoyed that movie.
Yes, I did too. I did too.
So,
I straight up I did.
But as long as we're talking, daddy issues and stuff like that, that's what I'm saying. What I'm hoping the show does is to say that Wednesday isn't Shadow's father. I'm hoping that Wednesday knew Shadow's father, because everybody is working for Wednesday because they owe him. Who does he owe? That's where I'm hoping.
And someone in the comments of one of the videos made a statement about God, meaning like God of Abraham, like God, like the big God, I guess.
Capital G.
Capital G. But the God of Abraham or Ibrahim, and basically maybe he's the one that Odin we never know.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. Because I haven't read the book, so I don't know.
I have read the book, and I'm not telling you.
Yeah, no spoilers. You put a spoiler in here, it's getting deleted.
Yeah, no.
Out of there.
So,
poof.
So yeah, but in a nutshell, when it comes to that, I gotta say, like, that's where I'm hoping that the show goes. and I make it very clear. When I see a book adaptation, and I've read thousands of books over the course of my life and watched millions of hours of TV because I grew up in the 80s. So when I see adaptations, I don't go, well, in the book, this was better. No, those are two different mediums.
Yeah, it's like,
so the book
you can't always do that.
Well, the books are very much a good outline. Y'all who read Civil War know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because
it wasn't that Captain America movie. It was longer, more convoluted. So they're different mediums. So I can say I read the book. I know how the book ended, but is that where they're going with the TV show? I don't know. It's a different medium. So they already have Neil Gaiman, the writer of the book, who's already made some changes. Because in the book, even Gaiman admitted publicly, like the way that he wrote some stuff that happened with Shadow came out very, very racist. And in a way that he didn't know that he was being racist, and by that I mean he didn't know that what he was saying was offensive and insulting, because he's not from the United States. Britain has a whole different other thing. So they have their own racism to deal with. Their own flavor.
They have their own issue with people from North Africa and like Middle East and blah 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 and Islam, and they have their own thing.
Right. So
they have their own issues to get over.
Yeah. So he's already changed the characters and some of the scenarios from the book to the TV show. It's already been done.
Cool.
Which means it can be done again. So we don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
So that's where I look at it. So yeah, hopefully I get that third option I want.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get to see who Odin owes. Who is Old Man Wednesday in debt to, and hopefully I really hope that we get to see my favorite of the North, or my second favorite of the Norse pantheon, Odin's other son outside of Thor, which is Balder. Balder the Beautiful, the unkilled. Like, okay, he was killed, and his death is the thing that heralds Ragnarok.
Oh, okay.
Because other than that, he can't be killed. Loki has him killed as a joke. Because, long story, essentially, only thing that in the world that didn't agree to not hurting him was the mistletoe tree.
Wow.
Nothing else would harm him. Okay? Yeah, y'all people, this sounds a lot like God of War 4, huh? Yeah, guess what? I read those books too. But yeah, so essentially there's another god that, they're drinking in Odin's Hall, and there's a blind god who always hits his target. So everybody was like, "Oh yeah, hey, take a look at this. Yeah, let's throw rocks at Balder. Let's see," because nothing would kill him. Because a rock would go toward his head, and then it would turn and be like, "Yeah, no, I'm not hitting him. I made a deal." So that was kind of the deal. And then Loki gave a blind dude an arrow that was made out of mistletoe, and it didn't move. Yeah, he's mischief. What can you say? And
it happens.
Yeah, so I'm kind of going, since this dude is since the death of him brings along sorry guys.
Sorry.
Yeah, since his death heralds and Ragnarok. Like, kill him, everything ends. I'm like, where is he? Where is he in this story? Because
good point.
That's Odin's nuke right there. Against the new gods. I'm like, yeah, no, bring in your other son and a baseball bat made out of mistletoe. Let's do it.
Oh man, well guys, thank you for hanging with us. You know what I'm saying? We've been chilling, talking Shadow, and guess what? Tomorrow, new episode of American Gods. Now I know some of y'all probably like, I watched the leak already. See, that's why you ain't got nothing new now, because you watching leaks. See, you ain't got nothing new. See, tomorrow what's gonna happen? Nothing. You won't know nothing because you already watched it. You're spoiling your own self. All right, but before we get out of here, from the Wizard's Tower, Solar Greye, tell them where they can find you.
All right, well, you know what? Finding me is actually pretty easy. You can find us over at backinthedeck.com. That's BACKINTHEDECK.com. And use that same long string of letters and, consonants and vowels, and to drop us a line at backinthedeck at Gmail. Follow our Twitter, which is at backinthedeck. Follow our Instagram, which is at backinthedeck. Look for BidP and all that stuff. You can join us on Deckers on the Book, which is our Facebook group. If you got a Facebook, I don't know if people still do that. I'm all old and all that stuff.
No, and of course, people still have Facebook. They still using it.
Yeah, and of course, subscribe to our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/BID_P. And if they really want to do this and throw down and help out with some of the stuff that we do after they find out, they'll know how, because it's at the end of every single one of my videos. So yeah,
cool. And guys, so all those links are down below, or at least a good amount of them. Look, there's 3 or 4 links down there. You can't miss it. All right, so go check them out, support, talk to them, ask them questions, all that good stuff. Subscribe, all those good things. Now, your boy right here. All right, first, I just passed 2,000 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're brand new, if you're brand old, thank you very much. Now, if you subscribed, thank you very much. If you ain't subscribed and you're brand new and you just watching, thank you too. Now, if you hit a thumbs up, thank you. You hit a thumbs down, thank you too. Now, if you hit a thumbs down, I'm gonna send Mad Sweeney up against you. Now, I'm just saying, watch your back if you hit that thumbs down. But honestly, thank you for watching. It's been the bomb. You can find me at ThatNERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Holla at me. We can talk Wu-Tang. We can talk American Gods. We can talk how Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is probably still the best Sonic there is, besides Sonic Mania, which is really, really good. But, of course, guys, thank you for hanging with us. We've been chilling, talking American Gods, and we'll get into the new episode tomorrow. But until next time, from us to you, just saying, peace.